basically turning his back on that shot and then whipping it wide of the court. All very athletic, but outcome poor. Kovar operating in the opposite position and gets another hit, tips it mid-court, and for once Trento a little bit slack. Tremendous attention to detail from the Trentino players on all elements of the game, and it's good to see the big guys not worried about getting down and dirty when it comes to defence. Maturana gets the pick-up. Birarelli didn't really react to that, and his teammates immediately rounded on him and reminded him that what his commitment should be. Well, Macerata getting through their players. Just about everybody off court now that started. Omchen is back in for Savani. And that's a big dent in the court from Djuric. Osmani Wantarena was actually running that pipe attack from the back line. Watch him collapse into the back of Djuric. That could have been a nasty one there, but just underlines, doesn't it, how far these players jump. They are hitting those pipe attacks as virtually front court attacks nowadays. I don't think we're far off from seeing the backcourt A-quick. Well, that's just long, but that, from this angle, that looked like it may have caught the line. Lines judge says long. Will this angle tell us? Oh dear, second one. Well, it's an ace. It's a clear ace. Two very good calls for Macerata, but will it do them any good? Savani to serve. I thought it was Savani that had been replaced, but I think it may be Paradis, although he looks to be on court still as well. This is a mess for Macerata, I'm afraid. Traffic are back on as well. It's 2-0 to Trentino, and even though this set isn't over, let's not pretend anything otherwise. This is going to be 2-0. And Macerata are in all sorts of bother here. They just haven't played in this match. Great work. Djuric it is that has been given the nod ahead of Brinkman. I think most of us thought the big Canadian would start, but it's the big Greek middle blocker that has got the call. And when you make blocks like this, you justify your place on court. That was hit very high, but he was high as well. Got him again. Exiga up to the challenge this time. And Macerata just cannot put the ball away. Not a problem for Stocker. Dobrek, little man, as he's known. The most tongue-in-cheek nickname in the league for the 2 metres and 5 tall Czech Republic opposite. He's battered it. Exiga couldn't even look there. He was a little bit concerned about getting one in the face down the line. Set point. And that is not good. Omchen, the talisman of the Macerata squad, roofed out of sight to finish that set. Well, pretty sure that's the team lineup that will start set 3. That's a very good finish from Djuric. 2 really superb blocks and 1 continuation block. Brick wall at the net by Trentino. Every single department of their game is working. 25-19, 25-12. Diatec Trentino lead Lubabanka Macerata by 2-0 in the championship game.
In a world of myths and gods, glorious warriors and their allies advance into battle to expand their powerful empire and take command of Grepolis with their alliance. Choose your god and build your empire. Now free at grepolis.tv.
Welcome back to the Mediolanum Forum in Milan. The Sostenium Serie A Championship game well underway. And if you're a Trentino fan, you will be delighted. A 2-0 lead for the world and European champions, looking to add the Italian title to the CV for a third season. And they are leading very comfortably indeed. 25-19, 25-12. Their opposition, Macerata, not able to get into the 20s yet, and that is just poor at this level. It's a team that really doesn't know where it's going in this match. And you've got to feel for coach Giuliani. He's tried to mix it up. He's probably done the right thing, taking the big players off in set 2 when he knew it was going wrong. Gave Travica and Omchen a rest. Brought them back in for a bit of rhythm towards the end of that second set, and he's hoping, against hope, that they will find a way into this match. Otherwise, the championship match on V-Day here in Italy is going to be a pretty dull affair, I'm afraid. So from a neutral point of view, we better hope that the dark blues of Macerata decide they're going to play. Interested to see what starting 6 coach Giuliani decides to go with for Macerata. Started with Savani and Paradis out at 4, Omchen opposite Travica, and then Stankovic and Podkraskinin through the middle. That's a team, I tell you, that will beat most teams in the world. But unfortunately for them, they happen to be playing volleyball in an absolute golden age in terms of the Italian league. We've had some amazing teams over the years that have come from Serie A, but Trentino, well, arguably one of the best. So just about ready to go with set 3. Will it be the last set, or will Macerata find some sort of volleyball form to take into this match? Diatec Trentino doing what most people thought they would do in this championship match. They are playing well, they are comfortably leading this one. I just don't think that most pundits could believe that Macerata would provide so little resistance. And it's not just the fact that Macerata aren't playing in this one, it is the fact that Trentino haven't let them play. But that serve pretty much reflects how Macerata are doing things today. That was poor from Captain Omchen. He knows he didn't throw it high enough. 25-19, 25-12 for a 2-0 lead to the whites of Trentino. And really, all that the Macerata side can hope for here is that they, A, find a bit of form, and B, Trentino go off the boil. They have the quality to do it. They have the players to do it. They've got Savani, they've got Paradis, they've got that man Omchen, all with big serves. So 3 out of 6 guys can really propel the ball at a rate of knots from the service line. And that has been a slight problem area. Good block. Stocker is stopped for once. That was a set from Rafael that just drifted towards the 3-metre line, and it made Stocker reach back for it. He wasn't putting his weight through it. But, you know, sign of a team that's playing well together. Stocker immediately apologises for missing the shot. Another good serve required from Savani. Well, it's hurting Trentino, that service. Free ball though. Should be a point to the team in white. And it is. Nice little side tandem. Completely selling the middle blocker down the river. And there's the problem that Travica was upset about. That free ball was a poor effort. And Juantorena will put those away all day. Rafael to serve. Good front line for Trentino if they're looking for a little break and they can't get a serve in at the moment. Well, there is a potential issue. Trentino keep missing the serves and then get tight from the service line. I say missing in inverted commas, of course. That's the third call going Macerata's way. I'll tell you what, they need all the help they can get. Nice finish from Birarelli. Birarelli suffered from a disease that, well, it's known as many different things, but I think frozen hand disease is maybe the one that translates best. Right hand and forearm completely dead during the course of his early playing career, and took a while for it all to be restored, bit of surgery to help it along. Parodi into the antenna. Yeah, Birarelli hasn't looked back really since about 2000. He's really come into his own and started to play proper pro volleyball. And has managed to develop himself a career through the junior ranks and into the senior ranks. Just bouncing it off the hands. Stankovic and Podkraskinin have had virtually no role in this match so far, and that can be the way it goes for the middle blockers. If your team isn't playing well, a middle blocker can feel like they've done nothing in a match. That'll do nicely. Tell you, Juanterena and Kaziski can be got at from the service line, but boy, do you have to serve well. And here we go, chances. Well, Trentino are getting no calls in this match at all. But the first official quite right. He says he didn't see it, second official didn't say anything, and neither line judge signalled. You've got to be lucky to get those. May have brushed a fingernail, but, you know, very difficult to tell. The lines judge is metres away, and I would say from that last shot it did brush a fingernail. And Trentino having problems. Macerata finally being given an opportunity. Double touch signalled against Juanterena, quite rightly so. The problem that Macerata have is that once the services do start going in again from Trentino, it's going to be problematic. Not a great set from Lampariello, playing as the backup libero today, and that's wide. Oh my goodness me. Well, that looked wide to me. Referee really didn't know what he was going to do with that signal, and he actually did half signal towards Trentino. That will not help the situation from the Trentino player's point of view. Lucas Sobrero not doing himself any favours here. Now, if it's in, then it's the right decision. No qualms about that, no arguments with that. But that was a pretty confused signal from the first official, and the Trentino players just starting to get a bit edgy about this. They've had a few calls go against them, and it's allowed Macerata to really find a way back into this match. Can they turn this into sets?
Savani e Parodi. Cosa comporta? Usmani batte in P2, ce l'ha in mezzo Savani. Noi pensiamo per il nostro gioco adesso recuperiamo il punto.
Well, that's the beauty of a sport like volleyball. That's the volley band depart the court after that technical timeout. It's Giuliani with all his stats and colour-coded hitting areas and attack zones, etc., etc. That's weeks and weeks and weeks of video analysis. There's one call that did go Trento's way. Now, the issues here for Trentino and the issue for Radostin Stoichev is he knows full well that the quality of players on the other side of the net are good enough to win this match. No doubt about it. And he has to keep Trento playing. But they've been in some tight spots this season, and they have extricated themselves with a tremendous amount of style. Had a slightly sticky patch just before Christmas when they were playing a lot of European volleyball, and they had the World Club Championships in the offing, and they just lost their focus a touch, but came back pretty quickly after Christmas. All good for Macerata at the moment, but for me they're playing very tight. Very tight indeed. It was telegraphed from Travica, but Stankovic did enough with a decent set to kill it. Paradis, calf heavily strapped and ankle heavily strapped. Oh, that's nice. That is nice. It helps to have a target as big as Djuric at 2 meters and 12, but that's still a good kill. The big guys aren't easy to set to, you know. A lot of people think they are, but that is a beautifully placed set, and he's absolutely unloaded on that. He was looking to do damage. So as soon as the serve goes in, it's problems. Trentino with a point chance. They've got it. Kaziski making the kind of shot that he doesn't get enough praise for. That's a standing start from Kaziski. But he realised the hands were there to be used, and he's used them. Omchen couldn't get his man. Good finish. Nice swing through the block from Savani. Both Paradis and Savani move laterally quite a long way. They're very difficult to pin down as a blocker. You'd be up in the air and drifting and just watching Savani move away from you. Oh, Kalachi's not happy. Stankovic to serve. Foot fault. That's poor. At this level, that is just inexcusable. Points in it. Osmani Wantarena is off for a bit of tape to be applied. All very casual, isn't it? All very relaxed. It was an obvious footfall. Wantarena got a bit of a rap on the knuckle there. Yeah, he did. Sometimes happens when the serve comes in like that. I think one of the players may have made a comment to him there. Yeah, good swing, nice and high. Side-out opportunities for Macerata with Rafael in the front court. He puts up a solid block for a wee man. But it's a block that can be used and abused. Always reaching to his full extent. Good lashing serve. Bit of trouble here. Rafael works it for the hit. Gets a free ball out of it, so it has to be a bump set from Bari, but in fact chooses the safety route, and that's nicely dispatched. No complaints there. And the last few points have just illustrated a very clear path in terms of this match. It's all about the team that can produce the most service pressure for the longest time in each set, and that service pressure will lead to very easy isolation of the opposition hitters by the blockers, and that should produce a run of points. Libabanca Macerata doing well there to restore that 4-point lead. Does look fantastic, doesn't it? It's such a popular sport in Italy, volleyball. Real family affair. But it's not just volleyball, there's other sports that are similar. The basketball is also incredibly popular. Volleyball, basketball, really the two sports of choice in terms of the indoor team sports. The ones that you can bring the family along to and really enjoy the atmosphere, and what an atmosphere it is here in Milan. Omchen again. The service pressure produces the point. Macerata starting to play. If they can get this set in the bank, that will settle them down, and then we may see Omchen and Savani and Paradis starting to play. Kaziski sacrificed, being picked on by Omchen in the serve. Another good one, better pass though. This is great work from Macerata. Free ball. Well, that is not good. That is poor discipline from Christian Savani. You have to let that ball come. Poor pass from Djuric, but you've got to let this ball come, and instead of letting Rafael set the ball as he surely would have done, yeah, he was going to set that quite comfortably. You can't do that. Can't interfere with the setter's play. Oh dear. Oh, that's a super conversion. No, not down. Missed it. Missed it. That is poor from Macerata. And that has underlined the way they've played this match. It's been very sketchy indeed. Screaming for the touch as soon as he landed, Savani, but players that have missed a shot tend to do that. It's interesting actually, the players, when you know the ball has touched the block and it's oh, that's a poor call against Macerata, let's be honest. That was down as well, so some interesting calls in this final by the officials. Oh, what a block. What a block by Rafael. 1-on-1, smallest man on court. And that is a huge stop. That may just have settled them down. Murato. Wall on the flags, and it was a wall. A one-man wall. Brilliant. Come on, Macerata. You've got to keep this together. And they do. That's the place to attack. Go at the big men. Djuric may be a monster in front court, but he's a liability in back court. And Savani's done the right thing. Can't get it much further out the back than that. Savani with a miss hit. It's going to be a fascinating middle section. Rafael to serve. Good front court lineup now for Trentino in terms of the block, but I mean Rafael has punched well above his weight there, hasn't he, on the last rotation. 2 points to find for Trentino. Macerata just need to keep ticking the scoreboard over with side outs. There's a start. Della Lunga just letting Colaci know that he probably should have got to this one. Wow, that's a tough call. Big hit from Podklaskinen. High, deep, tough to defend. He goes back to serve. Can he make it to 16? This is a big point for Macerata in this set. And what a way to play it. There's a rule of thumb when you're playing defensively: don't increase the angles, just don't do it. Keep the ball playable, keep it in front of your hitters, and don't try and produce big angles for the shots. Della Lunga off, Koziski back in, as it has been for most of the season. There he is. Giuliani waits pensively. Is this to be the set that Macerata finally used to get into the match? Or is this going to be another poor effort? Well, Trentino forcing the issue. Another great play from Juantorena. All set up from the service. Everything stems from the service. Now, if Trentino go in 16-15 down, I think they'll be delighted with that. Into the second technical, and they've got every chance of at least doing that. Ziga, brilliant. Absolutely fantastic set as well from Travica. Oh, that is genius. That is genius. Those are the kind of points that really get a team into top gear. Ziga with a massive dive, the Corsican flying, and Travica with a brilliant bump set and that's been forced down the inside of the block by Parodi, and Macerata playing a fantastic point there. Well, both coaches fired up, as you would expect, making their points to their players. I don't think Stoichev will be too concerned yet, and the reason for that is, okay, his team have been struggling in set 3, but Macerata have still not shown enough quality to really push away and take this set by the scruff of the neck. So there are chances for Trentino. This is the finish. Stocker will be kicking himself after that. He just got a little nudge from Birarelli, which I think took him a centimetre away from the net. That's all it takes for the angle to open up. Tight. Oh, nicely done again. And once more, Stankovic having a swing at a ball that he can't touch. He just can't do it. You have to be disciplined. You have to wait. And Rafael with a set on the edge. That was square above the net. That was just about legally his ball. Free ball. So Trentino are going to have to rely on their block here if they're going to score a point. And the block, well, virtually non-existent there. Stankovic with a great attack. 17-15. It's not a lead that would fill you full of confidence, I have to say. They need more points. 3 or 4 point cushion is where they need to be working with the amount of mistakes that they're making. That's on the line. Koziski flirts with the line on quite a lot of his shots, but he doesn't tend to miss that cross court. Oh dear. Well, that was a tough one. That was a tough one. Not a great set, and really quick thinking from Ormchen. Saved what was potentially going to be an embarrassing situation. Reacted very quickly to that. Can't fault Macerata's attempts to play here. They really are pushing as hard as they can. They know they aren't playing well, but at least they're committed. Oh, fantastic cross-court line up there from Kalachi, nearly picked off Kovar. Reactions. The point scoring chance. Macerata doing all the right things here. Kovar back on court with a vengeance. Once again, great service, but that is just fantastic volleyball. That is control of the highest order. Amazing pass in. Macerata can't afford this. They must not let Trentino play, and they must not give away points like this. Again, plenty of space around that block. They've just had a couple of successful tips as well. Stocker's off. Fascinating developments in this game. If Macerata can just get this set, then there's the possibility they can prolong this championship match. Well, it's all good, but it's not the dramatic finish to the season that we were looking for. But that's sport, that's the way it sometimes goes. Macerata hold the key to making this the kind of contest that we thought we were going to get today. They have to maintain a high enough level of quality and consistency to be able to squeeze through in this third set and then try and go at Trentino. But Trentino showing signs of doing enough in this set. Single point advantage to Macerata. That's not a great free ball pass. In fact, it's a poor one. That is a poor pass from the libero. No excuses. Exiga just getting a little tight. Two blockers called, but Onchen more than capable of taking that on. And I think it's very obvious to see how these players are behaving. You know, Omchen's just killed that ball off two very good blockers, turns immediately to his team, doesn't join in a good, solid, positive celebration. Almost seems to shout the suggestion that, you know, that's how you do it. Come on, boys, and that's how you do it. A lot more changes being made. Sokolov is off. Back on comes the regular starter in that opposite position in Stocker. And it's clever. It's clever stuff. It's a substitution that's used to disrupt. Savani's a danger server, and they've seen him off for another rotation. 21 all. We're going to have a tight finish to this one. I really wouldn't like to call it from here. Suspect that Trentino have got enough in the cupboard, but we will see. That's super. That is super. That is not an easy play. Very tough to find a hitter like that when the setter's working across their body. It helps when you're going to the quality of the likes of replacement middle blocker Alan Pajenk. But it's still not easy. Well, this is where Radostin Stoichev's own coaching abilities have developed so strongly over the last few years as well. He really does use these timeouts constructively, uses his substitutions well. Not very few neutrals in this crowd, but those that are here, I'm sure, want to see this game extended. The Macerata fans definitely want to see this game extended. Can the Dark Blues do it? They need to keep this level for just another couple of points, and they should be home and dry in set 3. Away we go again. And that's defended. Chances here. No, it's another go. And this time into the net. My goodness me. Well, there was a bit of help on the block. But Trento in trouble. For the first time in this game, this is an issue. And again, more problems, long. The ball hit long, and Trentino are in danger of losing this set with some pretty poor play, and that's all going to add fuel to Macerata's effort. The 3-0 demolition is no longer on the cards, and Trentino now scrapping hard. Well, once again, the sting taken out of it, but the damage has been done. Trentino have to find the points from somewhere. Where will have to be strong serve, big block. Juanterena into the net. And Trentino have to start again and rebuild. Macerata have been thrown a lifeline in this championship game. Radoslav Stoichev will, I'm sure, be able to settle his players, but they have to work once more. And Macerata takes set 3, 25-22. It's still 2-1 to Trentino, but at least we got a game now.
You can reach me many ways. It don't matter how and when. Simply make the time for the best time of your life. Malaysia, truly Asia. It's the place with it all. The best time of your life. Malaysia, truly Asia.
In a world of myths and gods. Glorious warriors and their allies advance into battle to expand their powerful empire and take command of Grepolis with their alliance. Choose your god and build your empire. Now free at grepolis.tv.
Welcome back. The volley band are on in the background, providing us with a very nice soundtrack between the sets. Wonder what kind of soundtrack is playing at the moment in the heads of the Trentino players. Here we go again, maybe. Macerata pulling something out of the hat in set 3. I mean, it really was a scrappy set. Started with that run of missed services from Trentino. That presented itself as a problem early on. How do Trentino recover? Do they come out all guns blazing? Or do they back into this match? And from Macerata's point of view, well, I think they're still in a nothing to lose situation. They really shouldn't be tight right now. They should just be playing and playing hard. So just about ready to get set 4 underway. I think what we'd like to see in this set, I know it's 1-1-1, but I think what we need to see in this 4th set is quality. That's been missing from the other 2 sets. Yes, Trentino were wonderful in sets 1 and 2, but they were pretty poor, as were Macerata in set 3. It's just that Macerata managed to get the points when they needed them. That was a huge point. Exiga with that massive pick-up to the back of the court. And a good recovery from Travica. Omchen showing some good presence of mind as well to be able to put that ball down. So both teams come back out to start what will be quite a tense fourth set. I think Trentino will be feeling the pressure maybe a little bit more than Macerata, who, let's face it, around about 30 minutes ago would have felt pretty abject. But they've recovered some sort of composure in this final. They now need to continue that. From Trentino's point of view, they've got to get the service back in order. But more than that, they've got to keep this side-out machine ticking over. And that really did desert them in set 3. For Macerata, big serves, accurate serves, crucial. And this man has one. But he's missed that first one, and this is not what Macerata want early doors. They want serves in. They want to be making these Trentino players play the ball at the very least. Chance for 3-1 for the team in white. Not taken. Second chance handed. Montenegro has to set though, and Kaziski's missed that big time. He really has looked out of sorts towards the end of this season. One thing he's never that happy with is moving on to a ball in broken play. Montenegro much more adept at putting those away. There we go, Macerata pick up another good point. Macerata's service is not going in. Very difficult to read too much into the early stages of a set, but I think we are definitely now into a more balanced situation between these two teams. Interesting that Pajenka's kept his place on court. Certainly earning it, certainly playing well enough. Stucker, that's a horrible miss. What is he doing? What is he doing? He's having some afters, I tell you. He's put his head down on that just before he hit it. That is poor form from the big Czech player. Off comes Savani again. Back on comes Jirikova. So Coach Giuliani with a bit of fiddling about here. Bit of gardening, bit of tinkering. Will it work? Easy, too easy. One of those plays that I don't think the blockers thought was coming. It was a bit of a strange one from Rafael. And Stankovic had deserted his position. Jiri Kovar had given up his body position. Well reached, Juric. Stocker not hitting great serves. That was going out. Not sure why Ziga played it. But a brilliant finish in off the wing from Parody. Not an easy ball to hit, that one, but he did the right thing. If you're going to come in on that diagonal, commit to it. Don't come in and turn it, just come in and whack it. Good shot. Took it high, kept it high, took the block on well. Tell you what, despite some of the crunching blows that we're seeing, I don't think that the Trentino team look particularly comfortable at the moment. Good serve, good serve, and that's a very important serve from Parody. That's why his team have just mobbed him. That takes Macerata to a very handy 3-point lead, and they are starting to show signs of getting back into this championship game.
Andiamo tutti sulla forza in attacco, senza utilizzare per niente il polso, gomito, no, è tutto braccio. Abbiamo 3 errori di fila in attacco non provocati.
Well, it's happened time and time again in our Eurosport volleyball coverage over the years. We've seen great teams go 2-0 in the lead. We've seen them go 2-0 in the lead too easily, which is exactly what has happened to Trentino. And as soon as Macerata produce some pressure, as soon as they start to play, all of a sudden it's a little bit of a shock, and Trentino on their heels, rocked at the moment. Marvellous comeback from Macerata. Our tribute to Hugo Bovolenta, who passed away during the course of this season on one of the advertising hoardings. A hoarding that Christian Savani is currently laying behind, having some treatment. Another belting serve. What a hit. And this is where Trentino can be delicate. If you can go after Kaziski and Wantarena on the serve, you can get them negative, you can get the shoulders down,